Okay, so here we are with another video. I had some problems with my sump and I needed to find a solution. And in this hobby, this is a never-ending learning experience. So I'm gonna talk about the minor updates that I did to the Refugium, and hopefully I won't need to do any further changes to it. But let me start out by stating that I had a problem with this macroalgae. Why? It was the light. The problem was the light. Why? Because this macroalgae would grow in large numbers in the front and in the back, where the light, because the light is situated in the front of it, this area in the back was not receiving any light. So I was like, you know what, I want my whole refugium filled with this macroalgae. So what I did was that I went ahead and I started looking through my closet, and I found, first of all, let me take this light and put it up here. So as you can see, this knob here, I twisted it this way so the light can kind of, at an incline, give more light towards the back of the refugium. But what I did as a change was that I found this Coral Life compact fluorescent light. It's the mini. When I had my 45-gallon first saltwater tank, I had a hang on the back refugium, and I used to use this light. It still works. The only thing I don't like about it is that it brings 50-50. It brings 10,000 K and a blue actinics. So you can see that the water is kind of like bluish. So what I did was that now I've got light in the back. I took all this macroalgae, which this macroalgae anchors itself to the sand, so I had to dig it out, push it backwards to now where it's in the back, and now it's getting light from this little piece of equipment here, Coral Life compact fluorescent mini. So now I've got two lights in the refugium, and that's change number one. I also had a problem with this netting thing here, right? This sort of mesh bag type thing. I went about it the wrong way. The way it's set up now is the way I should have done it in the first place. If you can see, what I did was that I twisted it and inserted it. So now none of these little critters can get into this stage, which is a major problem, which caused another change that I did to the sump. So I ended up folding it before I had it flat out, up and down, stuck with some glue. That glue would not last. It was not really a great idea, but I've solved the problem by putting the net like this. I'll probably go out and buy some more and just roll it up and just stick it in there. So see, these critters are constantly trying to go in there. But the critters would come in here, and the critters would actually sneak into this pump here. There was no rubber band here before, and it would go into the pump and end up going all the way up, and the shell of those tiny snails would end up getting stuck in here, hence slowing the flow of the water movement into the skimmer. So sometimes I would come home and I'd be like, what's going on with the skimmer? You know, the skimmer is acting kind of funky. So I would check this once a week, remove that little shell. It's actually the shell of these little guys right here. These type of snails, they're known to be very beneficial, but they have like a half of a shell. It's really small. These animals don't grow that big. Let me see if I can see. Here's one. And here's another one. But anyhow, so changes. Boom. I took this, added the mesh bag around it, and put a rubber band there, and there's no way any of those critters are gonna go in there. Even if they get past here, they're not going into this pump. So I want to make sure my skimmer's working full blast at all times with no problems. And as you can see, those are the changes that I've done. So I believe now by putting the light in the back, you know, I'll be able to grow more algae, get rid of more nutrients. Also, I had a gentleman send me a private message about the anemone. So he was asking me, how did you get him back to health? And this is the anemone. This is the anemone that was in video number 1. If you go back to do-it-yourself Sump Refugium Setup, you'll see that this anemone was white. And I have taken him and I have brought him back to life. His colors are really good. I mean, the lights just went on, so you know, he doesn't look that, but his color is coming back. And I'm feeding him, and you'll see the difference if you look at the first video. And other than that, this is the changes that I've done to the refugium. Oh, also I've taken this Chaetomorpha and just bundled it up upwards so that to prevent even more of a splashing towards the light. And then I use this here to kind of lean the light upwards so that more light is going towards the back of the tank. And that's it. I just want to say big shout out to all my subscribers out there. If it wasn't for you guys, it would, you know, you guys make it that much more interesting for me to make these videos. So I will be making a video like I promised yesterday of my corals. I attached them and everything. So I'm gonna see if I actually pull up that video right now while I load up this one. Alright, so I hope this was helpful. Any comments, suggestions when it comes to a sump, you never stop learning, so I accept all suggestions. I don't know any other better way to run this sump, but this is it. Until next time, stay tuned for my next videos, comments, suggestions, complaints, whatever it is. Rate my videos, people. And until next time, peace.